So you guys know that I love documenting my real estate agent journey of where I started to, getting my first closing, getting my second closing, and just growing from there. So now I thought it was time to kind of add in a little bit of real estate investing, and I tell you guys a lot that I really want to transition my channel into, not just real estate agent side of things, but real estate investing and, growing the wealth, becoming financially free. So I thought today would be a great time to implement and put into my videos real estate investing and mainly diving deeper into real estate wholesaling. So I'm going to talk about how I plan to get my first real estate wholesaling deal, and I'm super excited. I actually been working on it a lot behind the scenes while also focusing on my real estate agent business as well, and kind of growing them at the same pace at the same time, making a lot of things a little bit easier for me. I'm going to explain how I'm doing it and what I plan to do to get my first wholesale deal. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Hey everyone, my name is Stephanie Kabidi. I'm a realtor in the state of Pennsylvania, and before this video starts, make sure you give it a thumbs up to help that YouTube algorithm. Go subscribe if you're not subscribed, and make sure you guys click that bell button, turn those post notifications on so you guys are always aware whenever I upload. But with that being said, let's get right into today's video. Before I get started, I feel like a lot of people are probably curious about what is wholesaling. And wholesaling is you as the wholesaler, you're going out, you're finding distressed properties, talking with motivated sellers that are willing to sell at a discount. And once you have talked with them, you're acting as the cash buyer basically, and you're trying to get that property under contract at a discounted price. So say the house is worth, once it's all fixed up, the ARV is $200,000. And usually for cash buyers, they want around a 70% discount on the property. So I'm actually going to put it in a calculator right here so you guys can see. The ARV, like I said, $200,000. And they want it at that 70% discount, all right? And say my wholesale fee, I can make this whatever I want. I could make this $50,000 that I make. I could make this $10,000, $5,000, whatever you want. So typically we say let's make a good $10,000 on a wholesale fee. And now next you want to add in the repair costs, and it depends on the type of homes, and I feel like the more I go out, get that experience, the easier this is going to get. But let's say the home needs about $20,000 in repairs, so I'll put the $20,000 there, and this shows what my offer price would be to that seller. All right, so me, the wholesaler, I would be saying, okay, seller, Mr. Seller, that, all right, so after looking at the repairs, me and my partner, we came up with an offer, but really we have to think about it with like negotiations and those different tactics. You want to see what the seller's asking price is first before you even say a number, okay? But let's say the seller said, all right, I can do it for $120. I would come back and say, all right, Mr. Seller, after reviewing the numbers, talking it over with my partner, the best we can do is $110. They say, yeah, okay, we can do that. We get the contract signed at $110, and that's when I have the equitable interest in that contract to be able to market it to other buyers as an assignment fee, an assignment contract. So I'm gonna post it on, maybe Facebook Market, post it on Craigslist. I have a whole list of cash buyers through my email as well, so send out a email blast through all these cash buyers for them to see it, all these investors. And after I send that out, you're gonna get a whole bunch of responses. A lot of people, they may not be interested, so they won't respond, or a lot of people will be interested if it's a really good deal, and they will respond and they'll give me an offer. So I got it under contract for $110, but say I'll market it at $120. But say I market it at $120, but I have people coming in at $130, I have people coming in at $140, and that just, makes my assignment fee even higher. So after you get that cash buyer that's willing to pay your offer price or even more, then they're gonna turn in their earnest money. And I completely forgot to touch on the earnest money with the seller. You will have to pay earnest money to the seller as well for it to go into title. But I'm just kind of summarizing it a little bit. And earnest money for you, between you and the seller, can be literally $1, it can be $10, $100. But between you and the cash buyer, putting that earnest money towards you, you definitely want something higher, maybe $1,000, $2,500. But after they turn in that earnest money, they sign the assignment contract, goes to title, you guys close, and you get that assignment fee of $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, whatever you put on that. Whatever you put on that assignment contract, and that's yours. You know, you take that home, minus like taking taxes off of that and other marketing costs as well. But that's insane, and it's crazy how like really a lot of wholesalers, they make a lot more money than real estate agents if they're really good in the business. So my mind was like, why not grow both of these businesses at once? Alright, so I'm really going to dive deeper into what I've been doing to get that first wholesale deal. So going right into it, I want to let you guys know my two main prospecting methods for wholesaling. And that is cold calling, number one, and then SMS messaging. So text messaging is number two. And I'm going to show you guys what platforms I've been using, and they have been absolutely amazing. But you know, let's just get right into it so you guys can see for yourself. And this is actually really nice because it doesn't just benefit real estate wholesalers, but it also benefits real estate agents as well. Like I said, this is helping me grow both businesses at once. So let's hop into my laptop and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. But there's like different ways of going about it. You can do abandoned signs, which I did before, didn't get too much out of it. You can do driving for dollars, where you're literally just driving around looking for property. You can do, you know, posting ads on Facebook. Literally, there's so much stuff you can do. And the nice thing about what I'm about to show you right here is it breaks it down so much easier because time is money, and being able to get your list fast of these motivated sellers and calling them right away puts you ahead of the game. So that's why I love using PropStream, and this is what I'm going to show you guys. A lot of you guys may be familiar with it. Maybe some of you guys don't even know what PropStream is, but I actually have a link down in my description here so you guys can take a look, and it actually is a 7-day free trial if you guys like what you see here and you guys want to try it out. But I'm gonna type in, you can type in your area. I'm just gonna go with Cleveland, Ohio. So I'm just gonna go with the random place. I'll put in Cleveland, Ohio here. Just click on that, and you see all this information pops up. And I'm going to explain how it's going to benefit both you as a real estate agent and as a wholesaler. So after you type in the area you're looking for, what market you're in, or you could do it virtually, either or, but typed in Cleveland, Ohio, and this is the nice part, the filtering part, because right now you can see we have quite a bit of information here, so we need to filter down. And the thing you want to do is you want to filter by like a problem. Okay, what would a problem be to a seller? So if I go to quick list here, we have on market, vacant, liens, pre-foreclosures. So liens and pre-foreclosures, that's a huge problem, you know. Going down here, tax delinquencies, that's a huge problem. People are backed on their taxes and they haven't been paying it. You gotta wonder, why haven't they been paying their taxes? Maybe it's a property they just forgot about and it's vacant, or they may just not have the money and they need someone to bail them out of that for them to be able to, you know, rent and save up money for another house, or, you know, whatever the case may be. We have tired landlords here, and a lot of these, you know, things like tax delinquencies, I'm calling up these people that are backed on their taxes saying, hey, would you consider a cash offer on your property? Are you interested in selling at all? And they say, you know, I am interested in selling, but they want top dollar. So the next thing about being a real estate agent and a wholesaler is I say, okay, yeah, we got a realtor on the team. I'm actually a realtor myself, and I can help you get that sold at top dollar if that's something you're interested in. What would be a good time for us to meet, and I can go over my marketing plan for you to get that sold at top dollar. So you see the options, and sellers like that. They like having the options of, okay, do I want this lower, you know, but nice cash offer, or do I want to sell at top dollar but, you know, have to pay that realtor fee? So that's why you want to come in here. You want to pick out what's a problem. Okay, so let's just go into, let's say tax delinquent, because that was actually my first list I have done. And when you're doing this, you want to go to the MLS and make sure it's off market. So I click no, and you can literally mess around with this. I usually just do residential, put that in there, single family, condo, multifamily 2 to 4, and then multifamily 5+. And like I said, you can mess around with it however you want to do it. We'll put that up there. You can do vacant, owner occupied, or not. Either or works, you know. I'll just do owner occupied. We won't put owner occupied, we'll put it as vacant as well. You can put in the mortgage stuff, literally anything you want. You want them to own it for 5 years or more, there you go. All right, so I'll have that there. And now look how far our list has dropped to 1,600 properties. All right, now that's insane. How we went from like over 300,000 to 1,600. So you could look through these properties. As you can see, look, they don't have that loan balance, and PropStream is pretty accurate. So this is gonna, so these could be some motivated sellers that have high equity, and they just haven't been paying, you know, taxes on the property. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click all this whole list, and I'm gonna click add to list. All right, so I click create a new one. I can just put, or I could just put Cleveland, Ohio, tax delinquent. All right, something like that, and save. And then after you save that, it's gonna go into your contacts here. And I have other contacts over there, so I'm not gonna click on that. And after you go into your contacts, this whole list will be there. And the nice thing you can do is after doing that, then you can export that list. I export that list and it goes into an Excel file. And then after putting that into an Excel file, which it does it all for you, which is super easy, then I take that list and put it into Mojo Dialer. And that's when I start my cold calling. And I use the single line dialer for Mojo, and it works out really well. And I'm gonna stop the screen recording there because you guys saw a little bit of what PropStream can do, and it actually can do so much more. I just didn't want to go through this whole video and talk about PropStream. But if you guys are really interested, just check the link down in the description. You'll have that 7-day free trial, and if you guys don't like it, you don't have to use it anymore. But if you do like it, feel free to dive deeper in it, because there's so much more details that like I really should be going into, but I'm probably gonna use that for a different video if you guys are interested in that. And I kind of feel like I'm all over the place, so let me go back to after I do export these leads from PropStream. They do not come with numbers. All right, so you will have to skip trace the numbers, and I skip trace my numbers through batch skip tracing, and they are really very accurate. So I highly recommend that, batch skip tracing. And then I use the code TTP, that's Brent Daniels code, and I get a discount. I'm not sure what's the percentage, but every discount helps. So I use that, I skip trace it, and then after I skip trace it, that's when I put it into Mojo Dialer and I start cold calling. And now this is kind of going into my plan. So number one is cold calling for me. I'm gonna cold call the list first. That's what I plan to do. I do not leave any voicemails because that would take forever. So cold call, no voicemails, and then once I'm done cold calling that whole list, I'm gonna take that list and I'm gonna put it into batch leads. And you guys are probably like, all these different things, you know. I'll leave a link down in the description so you guys can check it out. But I put that list into batch leads after I'm done calling from Mojo. And what batch leads does, I purchased the SMS part of it, so I'm not sure of the pricing. I will have to go back and check that for you guys, but I paid for that. It's a monthly cost, and I use the text messaging for it mainly. So I take that Mojo list that I called, put in the batch leads, and then I start texting that whole list, because all those numbers that maybe didn't pick up or went straight to their voicemail, you know, I missed out on those leads. So I want to make sure I'm hitting them at a different point through texting, because a lot of people look at their text, then they'll pick up a random number. So that's my second wave of marketing that actually has been helping. I've been getting a lot of responses. You will get those negative responses as well. Same with cold calling. You just have to go past it and keep moving forward until that yes comes. Now, after doing all the text messages, I literally make sure I have all my follow-ups written down in my calendar, any appointments I have. And then that's when the process starts. And out of this whole process so far, what I've been doing, I did manage to set 2 appointments with sellers. One, I set the appointment, and then literally the day of, he was like, I talked to my son and we ended up not wanting to sell. So that was okay, because, you know, I was getting closer to that yes. Now the other one, I set the appointment with him. We had to reschedule a couple of times just because he's a little bit older, so he tends to forget some things. But got this appointment set for Wednesday, which you guys will be seeing this video on Wednesday. So yeah, so got that appointment set, and I do have a lot of people I have to follow up with, and I have them in my calendar, so I'll let you guys know how that goes. But other than that, I just repeat the process over and over again until I get that, you know, yes, until I get that first wholesale deal, which I'm super excited about, and I know that it's coming. Like I said before, I even, you know, once I started this channel about the real estate agent side of things, I knew that deal was coming, and it finally came, and now I have 2 buyers under contract. So I'm a strong believer of, like, if you say it, if you put it out there, that it's gonna happen. So I'm gonna keep you guys updated on getting this first wholesale deal. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Go subscribe if you're not subscribed. Turn that bell button on so you guys never miss an upload. And comment down below any questions you have. Feel free to DM me on Instagram, because I know a lot of real estate agents, they watch this, and you may be more curious about wholesaling and the real estate investing side of things. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.